So it's kind of dang. I'm trying to put
Right
it
there.
where where it's like that.
You can't sit right here. Oh, I'll be like directly in front of you.
Oh, like that. Yeah. Trying not to get the glare of the sun. All right, so we had part two.
Part 2 of her trauma.
Part two of my trauma. Um, and I left off whenever I went to the urgent care, and they saw that I made a mess of myself, and nobody said nothing. And yeah, it was embarrassing now that I think about it, because now I see why everybody was just staring, but nobody said nothing. It's like they was just looking at this traumatized child walking up out their clinic, when they could have just told me I made a mess and I could have been on my way. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they felt bad for holding me in there, and I was just rambling and in distress, and all they had to do was just say, hey, 1, 2, 3 going on. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what it is. So I ended up leaving there. Urgent Care gave me my $175 back. I went to I left there and was rushing, trying to make it back to the health department. Ended up getting to the health department. Still didn't know I messed my clothes up. I got there. I said I have a 3 o'clock appointment with you guys to get part 1 of my testing and shit done. So they was like, okay, go wait in the waiting room. So when I go in the waiting room, I went the wrong way and ended up walking to the area where you go and get your wig. So I was like, so I ended up seeing the girl in there that I knew. She's like, hey Nikki, how you doing? I ain't seen her in a long time. And she ended up leaving. I hope she did. Right. I hope she ain't seen my shorts, because I'm just
It wasn't worth, none of them was worth the damn.
Lord Jesus. So then the lady, I was like, ma'am, am I in the right area? And she was like, you trying to get some wick? I said, well, no. She was like, oh, okay. So I left. I don't think the girl that knew me really seen it, because I had on dark blue joggers. So you had to really, really be looking. But I think the one I was looking was the lady that was sitting in the waiting room that I walked out of the first time, and she seen it. So I went and sat 2 chairs away from that lady, and she was acting weird. So everybody acting weird today.
Bitches ain't shit.
Everybody acting weird today, but nobody said nothing.
Bitches ain't shit, because a bitch like me, I'm like, hey, come here. Like, I would have, like, because I'm a girl's girl. Yes. I like, I look out for bitches. Yeah. So the first thing I'm like, hey, come here real quick. I'm like, hey, yo, I would have told you, like, yo, stand up.
So I'm sitting, and I think what it was, because when I sat down, I sat right next to her daughter. Her daughter was right next to the chair that I sat next to. So she leaning up looking, and like she sit back, and then she'll lean up and look again,
like,
and then she'll sit. No, I was sitting down at this point, but I think what it was, she was trying to see if the people at the desk was over there. Because what she did was want me to hold it for you?
No.
Girl, don't.
I got you.
Okay. So what she did was she I said she waste. She.
You think I'm about to waste this shit? It ain't.
So what she did was she was trying to see was the lady over there in the office, so she can go and tell on me like a little Karen. But anyway, she had got up and she was looking. So then she had got up and walked over there, and I seen her talking to the lady, and I'm looking at her, and then I sat down, and I felt like by this time it had done got cold, because now I go from the car and I'm walking now, and now it done got cold on my legs. So I'm like, I'm doing like this, I'm looking behind me. When I sit up and I'm looking like this, trying to see if I sat in something, because I'm like, nah, it's cold. So while she was over there, I went to the bathroom. I seen I had to mess my whole. I had on some.
So basically, you found out on your own.
Yes, I found out.
I thought somebody eventually had told you.
No, I found out on my own because it was cold.
Damn.
I found out on my own in the bathroom, and I ain't had nothing on me to, clean up or nothing. By this time, it had marinated in my shit.
That's so fucked up.
Man, look, man,
That is so fucked up.
Oh my gosh. So now I see why the lady was acting weird. So when I came out, she had done went back and sat back down. And then I went back and sat down, and I was like, I didn't go sit back down. When I came out, she was walking back to go sit down. So I walked this way to the first counter, and I said, ma'am, can I reschedule my appointment? Because, I already had an appointment for the next morning. I said, can I cancel this appointment at 3 o'clock? And it was already like 3:05, something like that. I said, can I cancel this appointment and I just come tomorrow for my pap smear and I get everything done at one time. And I didn't want to do that because I mean I would have to push my work schedule further back. Again. So she was like, well, she was winking. Look,
like I got you type shit.
The lady had already told her what I had going on. So by this time, she was at the winking like, I got you. Like, you just come. It's okay. It's okay. You just come back tomorrow. But I ain't thinking nothing. No, I'm like, why is she winking? Why is she winking? What's she winking for? So I'm like, yeah, I said my period came on and, you know, I messed up my clothes or whatever. So she started winking. Like, steady winking at me. Girl, I said, okay. So I come back the next day. Go home, get myself situated. I still ain't go to sleep because now I go from one situation to the next situation thinking somebody done did something on that level to me. And now I had to call somebody, and you know who I called. So I talked about that, and that conversation rolled all the way till 11 o'clock that night. Mind you, now this is the third day I stayed wide awake with no sleep. My mama gave me a Benadryl because when I came home, I'm talking to her and I'm walking back and forth, pacing back and forth, and I'm walking back and forth, pacing back and forth. Ooh. And she know I ain't had no sleep. And she like, you need to calm down. And I'm like, well, no, mama, because this person shouldn't have did this back in the day, and da-da-da-da, so I need to talk to her. Now, here's another part of Nikita that I know wasn't me because I done got fucking crazy.
Bitch, I wanted to go to
I done got fucking
and, like,
crazy.
Some sense into your ass.
I done got fucking crazy. And my mama seen it on me that I had done got crazy at this point. So she like, no, you need to just go lay down, da-da-da. She told me, you know what, you need to get you some food. So she went in there and tried to, what she tried to make? She tried to make me something, but I don't even know if I ate it. So anyways, I told her to call the girl over to the house. So when she called over to the house, she came within like 2 seconds.
I bet she did.
Well, she thought something was wrong. She claimed she thought something wrong. She thought I was hurt.
Fuck that bitch.
She thought I was hurt. She thought something was wrong with me or whatever. So she claimed that's why she came so fast. So now it's a whole nother topic about something that happened in the past with me and her. And I'm thinking it was, I was affected. Anyways, I was finna unalive the person because of the situation. It was intense for me. But my mom was like, no, you're not finna do that. And I'm finna, basically she hit my bag. In my mind, girl, I took a shower, put my clothes on, like almost about to put my own self in prison because now you premeditating some shit. You feel me? So I'm like, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna talk. But like I said, that conversation went from, a couple of hours to almost all night we had talked. And then still came up to, we ended up coming to agreement to where it wasn't what I thought, but it could have been something else type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up leaving on good terms, but I still had to clear the air because I did come in her wrong that day.
I couldn't have been there. God knew
I told you, I had text your phone, told you to come.
God knew.
You see what I told you to come on. No,
that's what I was telling you. That's when I thought you was at Sugar Shack.
No,
I thought you was at Sugar Shack. I was like, okay, maybe old girl pulled up on her over there.
No,
or maybe they just ended up meeting up there.
No,
whatever.
I was at home.
I ended up finding out later. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Bitch, I was like, I was so mad.
I was at home, and I knew everything that night happened for a reason, because both of my phones was dead for like the past 2 days, past 2 hours or whatever. Both of my phones was dead. I couldn't find no charger to charge my phone. I wanted to document the whole thing so I can see, so I can tell what happened in my way, and then I wanted to get my answers, and that's the reason why I wanted to have my peace, because I wanted to get my answers by any means necessary. No. And then I wasn't thinking correctly.
You wasn't.
I really wasn't thinking correctly.
I was like, bitch, you better not call that bitch over here.
Yeah. So, but she did. She popped up, and it wasn't what it was. But I'm glad I didn't take it to the way I was gonna take it, because I wouldn't be here doing this video right now. Because I was serious about that shit. I was dead ass serious. So, Okay,
I was
so
hot. I was all types of hot.
yeah. So after that day, mind you, whole while all this going on, I didn't get a chance to talk to her. Me and her playing phone tag because my phones, I got 2 phones and both of them phones dead. I wasn't able to charge the phones up because I couldn't find no charger, or I found like slow ass chargers that wasn't properly charging my phone up. So my phones were either on 5% or it's dead, and that was between both phones.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to get some information, and I'll show you that when I get off.
Mm.
So the next day, no, that night my mom had gave me a Benadryl. She gave me one, and I was still wired up. The only way that Benadryl kicked in, because once me and her situation kind of got to from up here to down here, I sat down. And when I sat down, I was talking to them, and I started talking about some weird stuff. Like, you know how whenever you about to be out of it, and they asked me a question, I was like, yeah, she went outside.
Whole different shit.
Yeah, she went outside. Da, da, da. So I started talking crazy. Yeah, and I think I scared them. They was like, let me just let her go to sleep type jump. So that was the first night I went to sleep. But mind you, I had stayed up for 3 days at this point when I finally went to sleep. It was 3 days I had stayed up. So when I went to sleep, I had to be up that next morning for my other appointment at 8 o'clock. So I woke up at, I think, either 6:30 or 7 o'clock. So I really didn't get no sleep even when I did go to sleep. And still ain't had nothing to drink, and still ain't had no food in my system because I'm just all over the place at this point. So now I'm getting up for this other appointment, which is on Friday. Friday is my busy, Friday be a busy day, especially when they got to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So now that morning, nigga, I'm going to the health department trying to get everything done. And I dang sure ain't want to touch this day. I didn't want to push nobody back because now I got a full day this day.
Yeah.
So this day, I went in and I couldn't even get the pap smear because that day before, my menstrual came on, and if it's too heavy, they not gonna do it. So so I still didn't get that done. To this day, I still didn't get that done. I gotta go later this week and get that done whenever it's officially off. Which I'm good now, but I had scheduled for they want to wait a whole full week so that way everything is in the clear for me to get that done. So I'm gonna get that done this Friday coming up. But I couldn't get that done because of my menstrual coming on, and they couldn't, I was like, I don't care if y'all insist on doing it, y'all not finna do it. Mm-hmm. So I got everything else done. Mind you, I walk in there, these folks looking at me, I got bags under my eyes, I'm walking like a zombie, I'm looking dried up, my lips dried up, because my braces was cutting the inside of my lip. I had this a gash right here, which caused my lip to kind of hang down over my teeth, so it's real swollen. Cause every time I talk, it's cutting up against that sore. It's like it just keep reopening. Yeah. So I put a mask on and walked inside of there, and they looking at me like, why is she walking on this? First thing they gonna think I got COVID. Mm-hmm. So the lady, when I walked in, they could look at you and tell something right. So they looking at me they could tell something right. So when I sat down, I'm up here like, talking to them, but I'm also like kind of out of it, as I'm talking to them, and I'm still trying to tell them what's wrong. I was like, I've been trying to deal with this for the past couple, this is all I'm doing. I'm like, I've been trying to deal with this for the past couple days. So I think they focus on my body language now. So when they took blood, when they took my blood, they seen, I guess, the probably how it was coming out. And then they was like, I don't know if they can tell that way, but I'm pretty sure they can, how the blood was coming out. Mm-hmm. So then she was like, well, I'm gonna have to take some urine. And I said, well, y'all need urine while my menstrual on? And she was like, yeah, we still need it. Because I think she just really, really wanted to see what the hell going on. So I said, okay. She gave me the cup. She said, we don't need that much. We just need a little bit. And she said that for a reason, because she know I probably have nothing to give anyways. Right. So when I got in the bathroom, I had it's like I was constipated trying to pee. And I'm like, oh, I can't use the bathroom if I want to. So I was trying, in my mind I was trying. So then I was so happy when a little bit came out. And I was like, okay. Girl, and I did like this when I put it on the counter. Girl, I about dropped the shit because the color.
I fucked it up already.
The color scared the dog shit out of me. because I know what urine's supposed to look like. And this ain't had nothing to do with my menstrual. This shit looked like it was almost goddamn pumpkin brown, pumpkin orange, or whatever you want to call it. Girl, I'm like, hold on, I had to move my hand around because I thought maybe my hand had a shadow on it. So I'm like, oh, this shit. And mind you, the reason why I didn't know what it was, because I had them put the little blue pellets in the back of my toilet, and it turned my water straight blue. So I didn't know my color of my urine was changing, because all I'm seeing is blue water, you know, when I use the bathroom. But that was my first time seeing the color of my urine that day. And now I know why I'm acting the way I'm acting and moving the way I'm moving and not getting no rest and not eating, not sleeping. Because I'm thinking I'm real severely dehydrated. But that's to another level when it's that color. You know what I'm saying? Because now it could be your liver. It could be all of that's going, you know, all of that being affected. So when I came out, I'm scared at this point, but I ain't say nothing. And I gave it when I you know, kind of embarrassed because I'm like, Lord, I didn't know I was just dehydrated. I knew I had to drink some water to come get my blood drawn, but I didn't know it was, the levels was that bad even for my urine. So I gave it to her and she looked at it, and they're not going to make you freak out. They're not going to make you feel no type of, you know what I'm saying? But I did notice what they did was when they put it on the counter, they went shoulder to shoulder. And then they looked at each other and said something to each other, and then they took some and then they did whatever with the rest of it. So they turned around. She was like, I'm just gonna take your blood. She said, I'm gonna take your blood pressure. I said, okay. So she put it on this arm, and when she took it, one lady took it and it squeezed my arm so tight. My arm was skinny already. So it squeezed my arm so tight, felt like it sucked the life out of my arm. And then she looked at the machine, and then the other lady walked over to the machine with her, and she was like, this is her vitals right here, which I think they was just trying to like throw me off. And then the lady was like, she yelled out, I'm just gonna throw out a number, I might be lying, but I think she said like, oh, 123 over 33. Okay, that's fine. And I don't, honestly, I don't know how levels is with blood pressure, if it's good or bad. I don't know how the numbers sound when it's good. So when she said it, I ain't say nothing. I just thought, oh, okay.
Well, I'll be like, is that good or bad?
She said it was good, so I ain't asked no questions. But them numbers I'm throwing out, I can't remember if that's the number she even said, because now I'm just in there. So then she started asking me questions. She was like, have you ever been bullied? I'm like, well, no. Like, she asked me type of questions. Have you ever been just, you know, weird ass questions? She asked me all them questions. So I'm like, you know, I'm answering. And then she was like, well, let me take your blood pressure. And the lady was like, well, I already took her blood pressure already. So I think what it was, she wanted to ask me questions to kind of put like a time frame between the last time I got my blood pressure done to this time. So when she said, the other lady said, I'm gonna do her blood pressure, the first lady said, I already did her blood pressure. She said, I know, I'm just gonna take it again. So she did on this arm. So when she did on this arm, I guess she was trying to see what's the numbers right. I'm assuming. I guess she was trying to see what's the numbers right from this arm to this. No, I wasn't going off in there. This was the health department. I went off the next day. And that was a whole nother building that I had, a whole nother place I had went off. But so she took my blood pressure on this arm right here. And then now she's seeing that it's matching whatever she saw, you know. So now I'm like, oh, I guess she had to get it done twice without me freaking out. So she had to do it separately in the way she did it. Okay. So after she asked me all the questions, she walked to the back, and it was one lady standing in front of me. She walked around and went on the other side as well. And then she walked in the room and she talked to the lady, and she came back in. She said, well, the lady is in there, and she said, regardless of you having your menstrual, we still need to get your pap smear by any means, because she said, with your age, we want to make sure we check for, she said something that I guess occurred in people that's in their 30s. And I was like, okay, well, I can go ahead and still get it. It's no problem. Because at first she was telling me I didn't have to get it. And then I was like, well, I still get it. It's no problem. And she was like, okay, so when can you come back? I said, and she was like, I wanted to be after your menstrual. I said, okay, well, let's do next week. So we suggest for next Friday. And I said, okay.
Which is this Friday. Right?
Which is this Friday. I said, okay. And I was like, by any means, I'm going to come. I just got to schedule my appointments after that. So that's how I started feeling like they seen something that I didn't know by taking my blood and the courses and then my blood pressure and stuff like that. So that must was through the roof.
Right.
All right. So I ended up leaving that day. She gave me a bag of shit, you know, condoms and all that shit when I left. That's what they do at the health department, especially when they know you sexually active. Like
they don't never give me no condoms. They must not give a fuck.
Cause you ain't the one that's doing. You know, it's like they like you see what I mean?
To that.
Yeah, you ain't the one that's doing.
Get your electrolytes.
You the one that's getting it, not doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not gonna give you that bag, but so they gave me my.
They'll
bag.
still give me condoms because I'm a female.
Oh,
shit,
okay,
cause I can get put this shit on.
Well,
nigga.
they made sure they gave me my bag. So all right, so I left that day. Now, when I left that day, I'm trying to think if I even went to sleep that night. But that night, I'm going home, going through, looking, you know, talking about different shit. And then I end up coming up with another scenario that I have, I think that's when I found out that I have alcohol poisons that day. All right, so mind you, only reason why I knew I had alcohol poisoning because I'm thinking about every single thing could be wrong with my body except for the fact that I've been drinking. I said something about drinking because everywhere I go, I tell them I was drinking, but I didn't tell them about that night that I drunk and I ain't really eat nothing. So then I had said something about, one time I had alcohol poisoning and it clicked in my mind. Oh, Google and see what alcohol poisoning, what's the symptoms, because I was Googling everything. Mind you, I'm skipping the part, but after that day, I went to work, and that's when my coworkers, well, not my coworkers, but this guy I work with, he saw me. I walked in there looking like a zombie. I had my sticker on my arm from when they draw my blood. I had in the cotton and shit, and then I was carrying my basket, and then I had a mask on, and then my eyes probably was droopy and with bags under my eyes, and I looked skinny because he didn't see me in a couple of days, so he know when I lost weight. So he was like, "You all right?" I said, "I'm good." I said, COVID. I shouldn't have said that.
Barely.
I shouldn't have said that. I said, well, I ain't gonna say I shouldn't have said it because I say it all the time. Whenever COVID come out, I say it. But now I'm looking like a COVID patient at this point. So I was like, COVID out. And he was like, yeah. So I was like, I pointed at my mask. I said, you need to get some masks and put them up in the shop. He was like, yeah. So the whole time I'm working, I'm going through my clients. The whole time I'm working, I see him keep peeking where I'm at. Mind you, I'm not realizing my whole forehead full of oil because I have oily skin real bad. So he thinking I'm pouring down sweat. His shop is kind of muggy already because the air conditioning in the ceiling had done went out. So he running by 2 ACs in the windows and then the fans in the shop. So I'm thinking he's looking at me because he didn't know I was coming. And that's, you go ahead. He didn't know I was coming, so that's even more.
Okay. Don't knock it over.
Girl.
Put it in here.
Yeah, I can say, girl, I don't know me. I know I'm shaking talking. He didn't know I was coming. So in the midst of him not knowing I'm coming, I'm thinking he trying to like hurry up and get the place cool for me to come up in there. Hold on, let me drink some more drink. Because not only is it him and his clients, it's another barber in there with his clients. Now I'm coming in there with my clients, so I'm thinking he's trying to get the place cool for another set of people to come up in there. But no, he's looking at me thinking I'm about to pass out because I got a forehead full of oily skin and I'm just looking like a cancer patient or whatever he thinking. So anyways, I seen him kept peeking because I got a wall around my area. I seen him kept peeking in my wall. He was like, "You all right? You want me to get you something to drink?" I said, "No, I got some water back here." He said, okay. And then he'll come back, "You all right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good." Like, why you keep asking me that? I was like, I'm good. I got my water back here. And then he left and came back with a real big old industrial fan. I don't know where he got it from, but it looked like it was from somebody's shop with construction because they had like old powder, old clay, old dusting on there. So he was like, "I need to plug it up." And I said, "Well, you can plug it up over there by my dryer." He was like, "Well, I ain't got no extension cord." And he kept looking in my area. And I said, "All right, you can put it over here in my area." he put over to my area. He was like, but it's loud. It's going to blow. It's like one of the real big ones. I said, okay. And it was blowing, but it was like a lot of air, but it wasn't too much. And I'm wondering why he put in my ear, because my clients get their hair washed. So only thing I'm worried about is them getting sick from sitting here with their hair wet, on top of the fact that he done put this big ass fan over here in my area. But without him asking, I'm thinking, you know, he just thinking I'm hot, but you doing a little too much with this big old industrial fan. So as the night go on, he just started getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And I'm feeling different as well. But I had, if y'all know Siobhan on my channel, I had her in my ear the whole time. And I'm like, Google why my shoulder aching. Cause I started having muscle spasm. I have muscle spasm all the time, but this was different because it was only on this side. So she was like, you have muscle spasm? Okay. She was like, is it on your left side? I said, yes. And I ain't have on video chat. I had her in my ear on the phone. I said, yeah. And I'm low-key wondering how she knew it was on my left side. She was like, well, it says you need to massage your shoulders, rotate your shoulders. And it also says that you're losing oxygen to your heart. It also says that, you know, you need to tense and da-da-da. All that shit she said, only thing I heard her say, I'm losing oxygen to my heart. Yeah, and I think anybody else will catch that, regardless if they said massage or whatever. If they say you losing oxygen to your heart, I said, okay. So I kind of freaked out because I already knew what I was going on in my body that day, the day before, the day before, the day before, the month before. You know, I already knew. So when they said I'm losing oxygen in my heart, I'm like, oh shit, without even freaking out because I had somebody in the chair. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to start massaging my shoulder to start regaining oxygen in my heart. So I started doing like this, and it was working because when I was massaging my shoulder or rolling my shoulder like this, it moved from my upper shoulder down to the middle of my back. And then I put her on video at this time, and she was asking me where it's starting to hurt at, and I said it was hurting more towards like the middle of my back, which is lower than the area where it first started. So now it's going to this area, and I wasn't paying it no mind because now I could just toughen it out. But then went from this area back up to my shoulders. And I still had about 1 or 2 more clients by the time I went back up to my shoulders. So I'm up here still rotating my shoulders like this, you know, trying to keep that thought out my mind on what they said, on what she told me about this part. So I was telling them about the part whenever I had muscle spasm in my arm, and Siobhan read on Google what it was, and she said you can massage your arms or whatever. And then the meaning of it, you know, if you having aches and stuff, could be like you losing oxygen to your heart. But she had told me a whole bunch of other stuff that it could be, but that was the only thing I really heard because that was the more serious part of the reason why my shoulder was hurting. So I'm up here rotating my shoulder to get it, you know, get the flow back in my heart, in my mind. That's what I'm doing. But also I'm moving the muscle spasm down, and I did notice it went down to my back. All right, I just caught you back up on what I was talking about. So now I have a whole nother client to go. That means a whole nother 2.5 hours on his head, and I'm running out of water at this point. I got 1 bottle. I had drunk 3-4 bottles of water. Went to the bathroom like 1.5 times the pee, and I only got 1 bottle left, and I'm an hour away from home, and it's like about almost 9 o'clock at night. So now I gotta reserve this water I got, and I'm feeling myself like getting weak, and I'm still trying to do his hair, on top of the fact like I'm doing his hair. And then I knew I was doing his hair, but I did not do what he asked me to do. He told me to do plaits in his head. I did a whole head of like the sides of the plaits. I did them in 2-strand twists. And when I showed him, he was like, yeah. But I think he knew I think he knew I wasn't thinking correctly, because I told him I was dehydrated, and then I told him about my lips, and he was like, yeah, it do hurt when you talk, and to get a cut in your mouth and blah blah blah. Mind you, I got wax on my teeth right now, but at first I didn't have nothing on there. So every time I open my mouth and say something, my gum is scraping. So he was like, yeah. So he was understanding, but he never said, oh, you doing the wrong style. By the time I realized I was doing the wrong style, I was halfway down his head.
Damn.
And I looked, and I'm like, I'm doing 2-strand twists on his head.
You got some good ass clients.
Yeah, because it still look good. It still look good. Because I don't know, because he was like, well, just do what look good. So I knew I was going to do the plaits anyways, but he said just do what look good on the sides of them, but not the switching up to a whole nother pattern.
Yeah.
So, but really what he wanted to do was wear his hair so he could put a helmet on at work. Okay. So either way, both styles, you can still put a helmet on at work. Yeah. So I think that's why he was okay with it, but that ain't what he said he wanted. So I kind of was like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, because I'd have stopped you.
I was halfway done.
I'd have been
and
already.
Before him, I had to do his little boy hair, and he was trying to. His little boy was tender-headed and was rushing. His little boy was making me do longer on his head because he was crying. Oh, can I go to the bathroom? And then you know how to sit down and get your hair done, but he was just tender-headed. So his dad was getting frustrated already. So whenever he saw I did that, he was okay with it. On top of the fact that it still looked good, right? So he was okay with it. But when I got off and he was like, man, I hope you feel better and da-da-da. So I had left everything at the shop, locked up, went to the nearest gas station, went up in there, looking for some fucking ice, because really that's what I wanted, was some ice to keep moisture in my mouth. Mm-hmm. The ice machine said, out of order.
Like, not today, bitch. Find somewhere else to go.
Girl, when I tell you the devil want to play with me that day, that mother said out of order. I said, out of all days, I need some ice. Y'all, things say out of order. All right, so I went in the cabinet. I mean, in the thing, because he told me what kind of drink to get for my electrolytes. Mm-hmm. I just know about Gatorade. He was like, you need get the, no, he said not Gatorade. He said get the, what about it? He said get this. He said get this kind, the Gatorlight with that restores, you know, if you dehydrated, and it's strictly for electrolytes. He was saying get something like this, so I didn't know exactly what kind, and then it say zero. I didn't even know if this was a zero kind, because they had all kinds, but I just grabbed this one because it was yellow. And I know when you sick, yellow Gatorade is normally be good, so I just grabbed this one. But instead of me grabbing one, they had 4 up there. Girl, I took the shelf and just slid it off. Got all, I grabbed all 4 of them. I need all this. All right, so I went to the counter and paid for it, and I went to another store and got my cup of ice. So that's when I knew I had to drive home for an hour or a 50-minute drive. And as soon as I got in the car, I called her. So I'm talking to you the whole way home, and I ain't gonna get into that because you know what happened when we was talking on the phone. Yeah, that conversation was kind of weird. It's a they probably ain't gonna see her face. Yeah, that conversation was weird between me and her, because it's like I was trying to tell her about what day this was, Friday. So on Friday, I'm trying to tell her what happened from Monday all the way to Friday. So it's like it went from an hour drive talking to her to 2 hours, sitting another hour sitting outside in my yard trying to tell her. So it goes to 2 hours. So me trying to tell her everything that happened, she wanted to put her input in, and then it's kind of, we was like going back and forth about it. But like I said, I ain't gonna get into that because that's a whole different topic.
Get into that shit.
Hell no, because I still got more to tell you. Because I ain't gonna get into that motherfucking topic right now. Hell no, that's between me and you. I talk about shit with you. But anyway, so when my mama came outside when I got home, and she was like, you ain't gonna come in the house? I said, yeah, I'm on the phone with Carmen. I talked to her ass till she wouldn't sleep on my ass.
Smooth asleep.
Smooth asleep. So that's what made me hang up. And mind you, while I'm sitting in the car, while I'm sitting in the car, I got my car running. So my red lights, and I'm paranoid. And I'm paranoid because I felt like somebody was coming up on the side of my car as I'm talking. So instead of doing like this, looking back, and then I pressed the button on my brake so my light could shine behind me. So the paranoid was kicking in while I was sitting outside, to the point where I got my piece and I put it in my lap. Right. And I'm like, why? Like, because I didn't want to go in the house because I need some privacy while I was talking. Right. So that's why I was sitting outside in the car. But I'm like, now I'm like paranoid. But it was like, I don't know, it was like an uneasy feeling. So once she went to sleep on me, I just hung up, grabbed my stuff, looking around, and then I went in the house and I closed my garage down and stuff. And you know, even though I still was paranoid, I made it inside the house safely. And I was sitting outside in the car the whole time. Lived two steps.
She made it safely 3 steps.
Literally 2 steps into the garage. I made it safely in the house, and I was just paranoid. But anyways, when I went in that night, I woke up the next morning bright and early. This was Saturday. I had to cancel my whole Saturday because when I got up that morning, I was on the phone with Siobhan, and I realized, I think I realized that day, I like the all the symptoms that I read y'all about alcohol poisonings was actually occurring all them other days, and I'm like, this shit probably in my bloodstream by now. I ain't laughing. Don't laugh.
No, that shit funny as hell.
This shit clicked.
Cause I'm trying to tell you, bitch, alcohol poisoning ain't gonna do nothing. The whole time you think that shit in your bloodstream, like alcohol ain't gonna, like.
I don't fucking know what the fuck.
From it.
But I was like, this shit probably in my bloodstream by now because I ain't ate nothing in all them days. I ain't drunk nothing really other than this right here. And then I drank bottles of water, but it still wasn't enough because I'm still dehydrated so bad where it's like my mouth is still cotton mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not enough. And I know when I was at work Friday, I had told Siobhan, I said, I feel like I'm about to pass out. Yeah. And I had this big old fan blowing on me and a fan behind me and the air conditioner blowing in there, the little air conditioner that was in there, but I still feel like I'm just hot, like I'm finna just pass out. And I was like, I need to go to the hospital to get an IV at this point because this shit I'm buying, it ain't working. It ain't working fast enough for my liking.
Like right now.
It ain't working. Yeah, I need it right now.
I need something work right now.
So Siobhan, like, you know, I didn't go straight to the ER. Of course, I went home and got in the house and went to bed. I said I'm gonna go in the morning or whatever. But Saturday, I had got up before I went to the hospital. We looking at the symptoms like in depth, and I was like, yep, this happened. Yep, that happened. Yep, that happened. So before I went to go get a bill at the hospital, I ran to the house, told my mama, Mom, this whole time it's alcohol poisoning. Mom was like, that ain't what it is. You need to just go rest. You need to go rest. You just go get you some rest. And I'm like, no, Mom, this is what it is. Cause I knew my body been tripping. I knew all these symptoms I was having. I knew it was something, but I didn't know what it was. And this is exactly what's been going on since Monday. And I said, I know I ain't ate nothing, I ain't slept. And she didn't know I ain't been sleeping, and she didn't know I've been running around trying to get seen, and she ain't been knowing none of this. So she thinking I'm just tripping at this point. Yeah. I'm talking all loud, my eyes caught wide open, and I'm just like this, talking to her, and she looking at me like laughing, because even when I was talking to her, I started talking to myself. And she like, oh, you need to go get you, you need to go get you some rest. And I'm like, no, Mom, you ain't listening, because this and this is what's going on in my body. And I'm trying to make her hear me that this is how I know what's going on with my body, because I've been trying to figure out for so long what it is. So she said, Wakita, instead of talking about it, let's just go to the emergency room. I said, okay, we finna go. So it went from me agreeing to go to the emergency room to me just doing some crazy shit. Like I was panicking, but I was just erratic and it wasn't in my mind, and I was just talking and throwing my shirt up and doing some weird shit. She was like, can you even drive? And I was like, I could drive, but blah 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 blah. She said, you ain't finna drive me to the hospital. So I'm going from my bedroom to the living room to the other living room to the kitchen, just talking crazy, talking loud. And I couldn't help, I was talking loud because I had to talk loud, because every time I talk regular, I'm cutting my lips. So now I'm talking loud, trying to keep my lips from touching my gums. But I'm yelling throughout the whole house, because now I know what it is, and I don't wait this long, and now I'm mad because ain't nobody see me at the hospital. And I'm like, I tried to go to the hospital, nobody see me, and I done got bad, and I'm going crazy. And it's like, it just took over my mind at this point. So Mom was like, calm down. I'm trying to calm down. I can't calm down. Like this. So I'm like, I'm about to fucking die. Like, I'm like, this jump is crazy. Like, I'm just going crazy at this point. And I'm scaring her, and she's telling me calm down. And really in my mind, I'm like, calm down. But me telling myself calm down, I ain't calm down, because at this point it was just
I know.
Yeah. You know.
I know now.
So Siobhan was on video, and she was like, Mom, Keita been showing weird signs. She been showing weird signs. She ain't ate, she ain't been asleep, and even with me not being asleep, I wasn't even sleepy. Even with me not eating, I wasn't even hungry. Even with me not drinking, and I wasn't thirsty. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just drunk because I seen my urine and I knew I had to put some in my body, but I wasn't thirsty. I was just drinking just to drink it. Because what you do when your urine is dark, you gonna drink some water. That's what I was doing, but I realized it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it takes time. Like, don't nothing kick in.
Well, hell, I ain't had no time at this point because I had them with the whole week.
You wanted to drink 4 bottles of water, and it automatically better kick in.
Well, no, it had already been so long that I wasn't drinking enough water that this particular day I couldn't force it down no more.
Yeah,
I could not force it down no more. My stomach was so full of water, and I wasn't using the bathroom. So I'm like, I cannot drink no more water. I got to just get it by the IV at this point. But I also was just going crazy and doing some weird stuff. And I don't even remember all the stuff I was doing. I don't remember all the stuff I was saying. And my mama was trying to calm me down. Siobhan on video was trying to calm me down. I told Siobhan to call her so I could tell her what it was, because I was trying to figure out what it was and I didn't know. So whenever we got her on video, she saw me in the midst of going crazy, and I don't know what happened with that, but I know that went left, because I know that went left. So then you end up hanging up the phone, and when I got to the hospital, I was before I had left the house, I was sucking on a purple popsicle. So now I got popsicle coming out.
Almost shit out, bitch. Cause bitch, what? My god!
Look, I got a purple popsicle dripping out my face.
Bitch!
I got a purple popsicle dripping out of my face, and it drips on my white shirt, a purple popsicle. So my mom was trying to change my shirt for me, and I was like, why I gotta, I'm talking like delusional. Like this when I was on the chair with my shirt pulled. I'm like, why I gotta change my shirt just to go get an IV? Let's go. Let's go. Like, we already waiting so long. Let's go. And then I'm like randomly crying, and I'm steady saying
that took me out.
And I'm like,
that took me out. I said, Doop.
I was like, I'm randomly crying, but really it was just, I don't know, my emotions was all over the place. It was making me cry, and I wasn't even sad. It's just, I'll cry and then I'll stop in 2 seconds and I'll be straight. And then I'll cry hysterically and I'll stop in 2 seconds and I'll be straight.
You just so wrapped up into your emotions that you was just like,
girl,
you literally blocked everybody out.
I wasn't even in my mind.
That's what I'm saying. You were so wrapped up in your emotions that you literally blocked everybody out, and nobody was getting to you. And
I blocked my damn self out.
I think that's what was pissing me off, because bitch, you not listening to nobody. You were just so wrapped up in your emotions.
Let me tell you something,
Lord.
I think I was blacked out at that moment as well, because I didn't even realize what I was doing. My mama told me what I was doing, to the extent of like, oh my mom, because I kept saying, this ain't me, this ain't me, this ain't me. You know how somebody got a hold, like that spirit or something got a hold of them and they take over their body? That's about what I felt like. But I'm like, calm down. I'm like, this some out of body type stuff. I'm looking at myself react like this, telling myself to calm down, and I'm still not able to calm down. Like, I was just out of it. So I was like, I don't need this shirt, da, da, da. So then Rock came, and he volunteered to take me to the hospital, but he was like, he don't never take nothing serious. He's like, y'all need to come on, y'all need to hurry up. But he had already took a long time to get there. Mama, like, I might have well had called the ambulance waiting on him. So he got there, then he took a smoke break, and then we had finally got to the hospital. So
I had my car that day, I remember. So I told y'all, I said, hit me up after 2 o'clock, because if you need me, and I'll come through. But I had my car.
So after, I honestly, I don't even know what was said. I just had the phone, and I don't even know what was said on the phone. So anyways, I had got to the hospital, and I'm just sitting there. When we got to the hospital, like, I was in like a daze, and he was like, Keita, get out the car. Mom was like, Keita, get out the car, we're here. And I'm just sitting there in my mind. I want to reach for the door and open it, but I couldn't move.
Yeah.
So then he walked in. He was like, he opened the door. He was like, girl, if you don't get out the car. And I'm just sitting there. And then he was like, Mom was like, you need me to get a wheelchair? And I still ain't say nothing. I'm just sitting there. So then he grabbed me. And when he grabbed me, my body was just limp. Like, he literally grabbed me and put me in the chair. And then he was like, put your feet up. And I looked at my feet. Because in my mind, I want to move it, but it didn't move. So when I looked at my feet, so he helped me. He put my feet up. They rolled me inside. So now I realized, I guess I snapped back too, and I realized where I'm going. And I'm like, these motherfuckers want to see me. I'm like, they want to see me. And mom was like, Keita, calm down. I'm like, no, because I came here and I tried to be seen and they would not see me. I couldn't say what day. I just kept repeating myself. I'm like, they want to see me. They want to see me. And I was like, and nobody would listen to me and they want to see me. So when we get up in there, mom was like, all right, be quiet now because you going inside this hospital now. They gonna take you. Because you gonna look like you look like a,
you was acting like
you
you
gonna
want
look
to
like
be
in a mental
put in a
ward.
mental hospital.
So she was like, you better calm down. But with her saying that, you would think I would have calmed down. I did not calm down, child. I still was going crazy. And I'm like, see, normally a person that's crazy gonna act crazy until something serious happen. Like I told my sister earlier, I said sometimes people act out until the police come. When the police come, they got some sense. But if a person act crazy and the police come, they still acting crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So when you took me in this hospital, you said you better calm down before they take you and put you in this mental ward. I would have calmed down because I ain't trying to go in the motherfucking mental ward. I went up in there still acting the same way. They put me in the lobby. No, when they pushed me up there, she was like, "Can I help you?" And I'm still saying the same thing that I said all the way going in, yelling. And my mom was like, "She need to be seen because blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "No, they want to see me. They want to see me." Like she's trying to tell them what's wrong. And I'm steady cutting their conversation off. And they're like, "Okay, ma'am, y'all just wait over there." And mind you, there's other people in the lobby. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was saying, but I'm just yelling it at this point. And people in the lobby looking at me like, oh, who this is? Like getting pushed through the lobby. So they had me facing the window, and I'm not even looking at my mom and them. I'm just talking, like just saying all this crazy shit. Like I'm still in my body, but I feel like I'm not. Like it just was coming out.
It's an out of body experience.
Yes, I that's why I'm able to tell you what I did, because I'm still here. I'm still alive in this body, but this person doing all this is not me. And that's what I was trying to tell them, but nobody could really understand what I was trying to say. So I guess I was showing out so much in the lobby that they took me to the back. Mind you, it was a whole other group of people out there, and they went on and took me back. So, and that's another thing. Like, why the fuck people got to show out like that just to be seen? You see what I'm saying? Like, when I came on some normal stuff, y'all didn't want to see me, but now I'm in the lobby showing out, y'all want to see me now. Okay, so I went back there. They put me in the first area. It's 3 ladies standing there. They looking at me trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, all I kept saying was the same thing. They want to see me. They want to see me. So mom was trying to explain to them what happened. I said, Siobhan on the phone, she could tell whatever happened, right? Because she been on video with me every single day that I was having these weird, whatever with my episodes with my body and stuff like that. But they was like, we not talking to Siobhan right now. We not talking to Siobhan right now. She ain't got nothing to do with this. And I'm like, yes, she do. Yes, she do. If nobody don't know what's going on with me right now, that girl knew.
Siobhan definitely stuck it out with
you.
She
stuck it out. She knew from the time I was up all night. From the time I was up all night to the time I was up early in the morning, she was on the phone. On the phone every single day. So them doctors needed to know what was going on. That girl knew.
She's very patient.
She really knew. Hell, because she wanted to know.
I'm like, bitch, I'm sick of this bitch.
when you want to know what the fuck going on, you gonna be bitch. Yeah, so she wanted to know too. So I think that's why, they probably had a hand in why she really wanted to stick it out, because she wanted to know really what was going on as well as trying to be there for me. So they took me to the back, and the lady was trying to tell me calm down because the whole facility can hear me at this point. Like, she said, you gotta calm down because everybody can hear you. And I didn't give a fuck, because I kept going. I kept at it. And they put me in a room. I kept at it. And they gonna tell me get up on the bed, and I did not move, so they had to pick me up. And I'm like slouching, and they put me up on the bed. And I laid down. They rushing there with carts full of medication, IVs, and all that. They hooked it up in my arm, and because now they hearing me say, Mama, you ain't listening to me, and Rock, you don't know what you talking about because you ain't been here, and Rock like, Keita, but you ain't called me. And then I'm steady trying to explain. No, he didn't know.
Just the first time
that was his first time seeing me like that, first time hearing me like that, and he didn't grasp what was going on with me until he started realizing I wouldn't stop. Then I seen him take his hat off, and the nigga like he wanted to cry. And it was a really scary.
around the roses real quick.
All right, let me move. It was a real scary moment for everybody, other than myself, because they didn't know what was going on. But then the doctor started telling them, "Oh, y'all let Ori out." All right, you want to just meet me at my house?
You could do that.
All right. So, oh, get my charger. Grab my charger out the wall in there, and grab my own stuff off that table in there, in the wall, and grab that black bag and that plate in there. That's mine too. All right, I see at the crib.
Yeah.
So, it was a scary. It's gonna be recorded, though, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a scary moment for everybody at that point because I didn't know what was going on.
I'm gonna leave my Sprite there, but I'll get it at the house.
Yeah, I just left it. Yeah, we're gonna chill. Oh shit. But yeah, it was a scary moment for everybody because nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what I was talking about. I didn't know what I was talking about. I couldn't really answer no questions. And Siobhan was on the phone, but she wasn't really saying nothing. And that was the one that had all the answers. And they didn't want to talk to her because she was way in Panama on video chat, and they didn't want to use her as like my reference to what was going on because she wasn't even there, but she was there the whole time with me, if that makes sense. Nobody else was there with me but her, sun up to sundown. Even when I was at work, she was on video with me by my side. Everything I was going through, that girl, she experienced all of that. Like that day, she was on the phone literally crying. She was crying like she was there physically in person. She was crying. So everybody was scared. Everybody involved with me that day was scared. And I can't even tell you why I even got to that point, y'all. It was crazy. I don't even know. And I remember saying on that bed, because it was one nurse that came in there, she was so nasty. She was like, I'm gonna need you to do this and I'm gonna need you to do that. Because da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I still was talking how I was talking. Like whatever she thought was going on, I guess she thought I was faking. But whatever she thought I was doing, it obviously wasn't. I don't know if she was just saying that because I know she'll go outside that door and then she'll come back in. So I think whatever I was saying, she was trying to hear. But at the same time, she was trying to collect information from me yelling and what I was saying. But I really wasn't saying shit. I was just yelling. And like I said, I can remember what I was doing because I still was physically there. It was more like an out-of-body experience, you know. So they hooked the IV up. I had a bag that was dripping inside of me, which was all the fluids that I need, I'm sure. And then they had another bag, which was green, that was dripping food. My mom said it was some food or something. I guess I was like, whatever food I didn't intake, they was giving it to me from the bag. So now I'm starting to taste medicine as I'm talking, and now I'm having like in and out where it's not out of body. Now it's me, but then I go back to the out of body experience. So when it was me, I was looking at my brother and I was like, I need to tell you what's going on because you ain't been around and you don't know. And I was trying to tell mama, she didn't want to listen, and then I start hysterically crying, and that's when I go back to the out of body experience, when I go hysterically crying for no reason. And then it's like it was just in and out, and that was weird too. It was just in and out. And whenever I was able to talk with some sense, they'll say, what's your date of birth? And I'll say, oh, and then I'm like, my birthday, and I tell them my birthday. So it was some in and out shit that I was doing. So I guess the people ain't know how to take me, and I ain't know how to take my damn self. But I knew what I was talking about when they asked me certain questions. You know, whenever it was like I'm going in and out. It's like a person that's in and out of consciousness, but I'm woke the whole time. So, and I remember telling people I had to pee real bad and I didn't want to pee on myself. And she took me to the bathroom, and the lady was being nasty, like, oh, you got to get up and get on the toilet. And I couldn't get on the toilet, and she was like, well, I can't help you, but like she yelled, but then she called herself. So I think she was getting kind of frustrated. And if I seen this lady to this day, I would literally punch her shit. But anyways, she was like, you got to help me. So she grabbed one arm, and it was a rail. It was a rail right there. And the little strip that I did have, I grabbed the rail to help her. And I barely even held that motherfucker. So she used majority of her strength to put me on the toilet. And I peed. And all I remember saying, this shit stink. This shit stink. This shit stink. Because the medication, dehydration, all that in that urine, And the only reason why I peed was because they had them put that fluid in me and they flushed it out. So that was the worst smell I ever smelled. It smelled like fucking death or something. And I smelled death before because the person was, I ain't even gonna get in that. But that's what it smelled like. So I was like sitting on the toilet, just steady talking. She was in the bathroom with me, but she was peeking her head out. I think she probably was talking to another nurse. So I'm steady telling her just random stuff that ain't had nothing to do with my situation. And she was like, "Is you done peeing?" I said, "Yes." So she was like, "Okay, well, let me help you up." She was like, "Let me help you up," but then again, she want to be doing it by myself. And I could tell she want to be doing it by myself because even the little stuff, like, she was like, "Here, hold this." And that's when I seen my urine was clear. And I was like, "Oh, it looked good." So something like that I said. And she was like, "Yeah, it's gonna look good. Yeah, it's gonna look good." And she was like, "Yeah, the fluid's gonna make it look good." And I said, "Yeah." So I think what the lady was doing, she was trying to bring me back mentally by, "Here, hold this," and get up and get on the toilet and sit in the chair, and like she was trying to make me do it by myself. And I wanted to do it by myself, but I couldn't. Like mentally, I couldn't. I would sit there and think about it, but I couldn't move. Physically, I couldn't move. So I walked, when I went back in the room and she was telling me to get in the bed, the lady was like, "Go and get in the," no, she was like, here's your cup of urine, put it over there on the table." And then I looked at it, and so she sat it down herself. So then when I got back in the room, she was like, "Get up out the bed." And I was like, I looked at the bed, and she was like, "You did good in the bathroom." So then I was like trying to move a little bit, so she had helped me, and then I was able to help myself a little bit as she was helping me. So that's why I feel like she was trying to get me back to my normal self by trying to force me to do things. So, and I told my mom, I said, she trying to help, she trying to get me to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it myself. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it by myself. So once I got back in the bed, I remember the second time I had to use the bathroom, I couldn't get up, but I had yelled out, "I got to use the bathroom." You remember that, Mom? Mm-hmm. I said, "I got to use the bathroom and I don't want to pee on myself." And I kept saying, I said, "I got to use the bathroom so bad, I don't want to pee on myself." And she was like, "You don't have to pee on yourself. You don't have to pee on yourself." She was like, "But if you don't get up and go to the bathroom, I have to put a catheter in that to take it." And my mom was like, "What about one of them pans?" One of them bed pans. So I ended up using the bathroom in the bed. Now, I don't know what person they right mind will play like that and use the bathroom in the freaking bed. You feel me? And I had a whole, and Mom, okay, I got this. A person can make a mistake and you be ready to call them out. So I had used the bathroom in the bed, and this was a full pan. They didn't put the pan on you? They put the pan on me, yes, but it was in the bed. Yeah. She stuck it under me, right, and it was in the bed. And I laid in the bed and I used the bathroom. And that was weird because I never did that day in my life, but I guess it all made it in the pan. And she took it from under me, and then she went to go, I guess, pour it out or whatever. So then she was like, "Just put your clothes back on." So she slightly pulled my clothes up, and then I had to kind of fix it myself on the other side. And then all I know is I started getting real cold, and I started tasting the medicine, and it was putting me to sleep. And I think y'all was telling me I was going to sleep, but then I heard you say she woke. Yeah, every time you say something, I kept waking up, and then you was like, I think you said somebody was fighting, trying to fight it. And then I know I had dozed off. I ended up dozing off or going to sleep or whatever. And then I remember the lady saying, she kept saying, "You gotta calm down or you're gonna pass out." But then she was like, "Well, you're gonna pass out anyways." And that was kind of rude. But because she hadn't got an attitude at this point too. And that's the lady you was saying that was being nasty, or had a little attitude or whatever. And then I remember I went to sleep and I woke up and the room was black. So y'all was gone. They told y'all to leave, or you had to go and let Oreo out? No, I told y'all to let Oreo out. Oh, you told me that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I told her just like I was supposed to remember or know what you said. Yeah. I guess. So she told me she had to use the bathroom. Look at Carmen. Hey, she reading our lips over there. Hey, she told me to so hold on, what is they doing? So I woke up and it was black in the room. So what it was, I still was dripping the medication and the food and shit and stuff into my IV. So my mama couldn't wait around. So I guess whenever she left, they turned the light on me and let me sleep through the medication. And when I woke up, I remember one nurse said, I remember one nurse was in there cleaning up, and the noise she made startled me, and I jumped up and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't me. I'm just over here sweeping up something." She was sweeping up. And then, first of all, I'm in the hospital by myself. Don't be in here just doing some random stuff in the dark. You know what I'm saying? You sweeping up, but then you over here by my IV, and you over here by the little machine that read my levels. So I don't know if she was looking at my levels or she really was sweeping up. So she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is what I was doing, blah blah." So I end up dozing back off, and then I woke up to another nurse that came in, the lady that had dark green on. I don't know I forgot who she was, but I know she had dark green on. So she was like, "You have 2 more hours on your bag." And I said, okay, and I don't even said okay. I know I had just dozed back off, went back to sleep. And then I saw the mean lady in there. She came and she was like, "It's time to go, call your ride." And then I guess I looked at her, went back to sleep, because I'm like, first of all, for one, I don't have no phone. Both my phones been dead. I ain't got no phone. You one there, Rock one there. I ain't had no choice but to lay here and wait on somebody to come get me. So what you mean call my ride? So he came, so obviously somebody called my ride for me. So I remember him coming in there, and then the lady was unhooking me, and she was saying that the bag was done. Like basically the bag had done finished going into my IV, finish and all that. And then he was trying to get me to leave out the hospital and stuff. But he was trying to tell me, he was like, "Sis, you sure put on the show today." And I'm just walking, but I'm still like weak at the same time, because whatever they gave me, I think the sleeping medicine, it still was in my system. So I'm still trying to walk, and yeah, it made me real drowsy, and I was still dehydrated a little bit. Not dehydrated, but I felt dehydrated, like in the mouth and like body wise. So I knew I still had to go drink some fluids and stuff, and I knew I had to try to go eat, because whatever they gave me was just for that moment. And what has happened? I got to the house and that was it. But I know that I remember that next day I had canceled all my appointments that next day, and no, I had 2 appointments that next day, and I got up and like struggled to get the clients that the clients that I had. I struggled to like go ahead and finish them, because I was like, well, I just only got 2, so I just go ahead and do that, and then I rest for the rest of the day. And that's when I seen everybody started coming to the house. So I guess Mama had done told them like to come and like support me. Oh, my stuff is falling. Oh, who told somebody to come to the house then? Because everybody. Oh, well, what? So who called and said? So when you said Angie was coming, who told Angie to come?
Oh, Angie called. They was talking about coming over to play cards.
Okay, so Angie called and said come to play cards. So the one with Lamar said Tiana had told him come to the house, and she was talking about Mama was finna cook a whole lot of food, just trying to get him over there for like some soul food type.
What's that movement?
That's my stuff.
Food out though?
No, it's that soap leaning on that container. I mean, on my container of food. So it was just like I started seeing people come to the house as I was doing hair, and all I kept hearing Mama say, "It's 5 o'clock and Keita still ain't ate nothing." But I was doing hair, and I was gonna do it whenever I got done. But I was moving so goddamn slow that even with these 2 heads took me all the way to 5 o'clock. So once I got done, I know you just telling me eat some tuna fish, and one of my clients was there, and this is a story that I did want to talk about, because one of my client was in the medical field, the other client was a dentist. So when I seen the dentist, I said, you the right one I want to see, because what can I do about my mouth when my braces is tearing up my lips because I'm so dehydrated? She said, "Get some wax." She said it was no problem. I said, "Some wax?" She said, "Yeah," because she showed it, and I said, "Okay." So I told Angie to bring it, because Angie was already gonna be on her way, and she had already asked me what I wanted done. I mean, what I wanted from the store. I said, "I want some wax." I ain't asking for no water. I ain't asking for nothing. I said, "I want some wax." So when she brought the wax, I read. When she bought me the wax, I had read the pack and it said that all I had to do was place it on my braces and it'll protect my braces as I'm eating and drinking. And this is one of the reasons why. Hold on, because I'm trying to get off. And this is one of the reasons why. Nope. And this is one of the reasons why I'm up here trying to I should have pulled you to the front.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And just cut the alarm on.
Okay. And this is one of the reasons why I wasn't eating and drinking, because my lips was burning me so bad that every time I tried to eat something, it was burning from the seasoning on whatever I was eating. And then every time I tried to drink something, it was hurting from me like swallowing or like putting something against my mouth. It was hurting. So I wasn't able to accomplish that not now by mouth. So IV is the only fluids and food I got in my body from the IV. So when I found out about the wax, which that's what I got on my teeth right now, is the wax. And when I found out about the wax, I was like, dang, I wish I would have been over about this. So when I seen it, I was like, I actually had this in my bathroom the whole time, but the freaking dentist people didn't tell me what it was. They gave it to me in a whole kit, and they didn't tell me what it was. They didn't say this is used for blah, 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 blah. So I didn't even know what the fuck it was. But then once I got done doing hair, I went to go put it on my on my braces. And I went in there and tried to eat some tuna. She finna open up garage. I went in there and tried to eat some tuna, and voila, I'm able to eat. So I was slowly eating the tuna with crackers because I didn't know what the cause and effect was going to be of me trying to eat. Mind you, my mouth is still, by this time, I'm so dehydrated, my lips is peeling. You can literally look this way and see all the peelings of my lip from top to bottom. It's so dry. It's hard. All of that by this time. So that's why I kept a mask on my face to hide it. And my lip on this side up here got a scar. And that's why I got to keep the wax on there, because my lip literally like hanging all the way down here, so that every time I talk, it's catching on my braces and steady cutting. It cut all the way around, all of that. So you can only imagine what my lip look like. You can actually Google and see what your lip look like if you dehydrated and your braces start cutting up your lip. It's like a constant bruising that occurs in your lips. You close it off and turn the light. I'm gonna turn the call.
I don't know. It's like paint or something.
You heard me, Carmen?
Huh?
You close it off and go in.
You gonna go in here?
Oh. Yeah, I'm finna go in there. So it's like constant bruising that was happening in my mouth that I felt like I couldn't get rid of. But once I found out about the wax, then the wax actually helped me. You know, even now, even the way my lips look now is because of this wax. And that's because I haven't been cutting on my lips every single day, every couple of seconds. I haven't been cutting on my lips, so it's actually healing at this point. And then I take some Vaseline and I put it on my lips and stuff like that. So I was like thanking God that I did take them 2 clients, whether or not I was weak, whether or not I was tired. I took them 2 clients, and one of them was a dentist, and she gave me what I needed to start even putting stuff in my body physically for myself. Because even when I came home from the hospital, I still didn't really know how I was going to eat because of that reason. So, you know, hey, God be on my corner as well. So I had started eating the tuna, and then my mom had made some soup, like some type of broth or whatever. So my sister got there. She was like, well, go ahead and get this chicken or this broth and drink that. But I couldn't drink it because my lips was burning. So I told her, give me a spoon. So I had to take the spoon and like waterfall it in my mouth like that. So I was actually getting it in my system, and probably a couple of scoops in, or like halfway through the cup, I like was talking and a burp came up. Don't y'all know I got excited? Oh, my stomach growling right now. But that ain't a good growl, because right now I can't keep nothing down. I can't keep nothing down. If I eat some food, I'm going to the bathroom. When I ate food earlier, I went to the bathroom. It's like now I'm trying to get my body to keep stuff in. But that day when I burped, that gave me a sign that it was actually getting down there in my stomach, because I burped without me even knowing I burped. So that was a good sign. And then I think I had burped like twice. So that's why if you watch my video from earlier today, I was counting how many times I had burped. Even though burp is like something like normal for y'all, but I haven't been able to burp, pass gas, nothing in the past, in like a whole week. So the little things that was happening to me, I was so happy. Like I was like, Lord, it's actually whatever I'm doing is working. I'm drinking this drink. I'm drinking water. I had to take oh yeah, I ain't tell y'all what they told me. So they put my diagnosis as alcohol abuse. They put it as alcohol abuse. They put it as low blood. They put it as low potassium, low fluids. I think that was it. No, it was okay. The potassium, it was a whole nother name for it on the paper, but that's what they started saying was wrong. So I had all 4 of them, but everything that was low was the main important things, was the reason why my body was shutting down. Felt like it was shutting down on me anyways. Thank God for the wax. You begin to be thankful for the little thing. Girl, what you say? I swear it was, girl, when I tell you I was thankful for a burp, I know it was bad. If I was thankful for just burping and it came out naturally. And my sister know, because she was sitting there when it happened, because I was like, ooh, I burped. Anybody else, like everybody in the room know what was going on, so they was like, oh my God, that's good, that is great, you burped, that is awesome. Like they weren't being funny, they just know what had happened to me. And you know, anybody else, a fly on the wall, probably like, girl, anybody can burp. But no, when I burped, it was like it was like a sign of, it's like my body is coming back too, it's coming back normal. So today I got on video today because I wanted y'all to see me, because I haven't made a video in like 12 days, I think, for the vlog. I haven't made a video in like 12 days, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go live, so the little boost of energy I got to want to get up and feel good and look good today, I want to just get on live so y'all could actually see me. And now y'all seeing why I was acting the way I was acting earlier. Even though I was trying, because the sunlight, as soon as I walked out, tried to walk outside, it's like it slapped me in the face. So I had to put these shades on, and that's why I've been wearing these shades all day, because the sunlight, any light that you come in contact with when you dehydrated, it's like extremely bright. It's like you looking into like a laser beam. It's extremely bright. So I had to, it like knocked the headache into me. It was so bright. So mom was like, where your shades at? So I got my shades, and I was wearing my shades all day, but the sun going down now, and I probably can kind of lift my shades up, but you know, it's still like, you know, like this light right here in my car is still giving me like this little glare. So that's why I still got my shades on, just to let y'all know why I had my shades on this whole time. And I let y'all watch me eat, and y'all saw how I was when I ate, and that was literally my first time forcing myself to eat something other than chicken broth, noodles. When I ate noodles, I immediately went to the bathroom, and I'm talking about the diarrhea type, you know. So that's what's been going on now, trying to keep everything in that I put in my body. I still got my leftovers from earlier, and right now I have to go to the bathroom. This will be my second or third time going to the bathroom off what I ate earlier. So that's the level I'm at right now, is trying to keep everything in that I put in. I took my potassium today. I took my potassium yesterday. I got to take my potassium for 5 days straight, but I'm gonna keep taking them to rebuild them levels. But they did say only 5 days. And I'll probably try to eat the rest of my food that I bought earlier, just so I can put something else in my stomach. I know it may not stay in, but you know, I know I still gotta eat. So I really don't know what to expect at this point. I'm still gonna drink this, still gonna drink some water, because I need all my electrolytes. I'm drinking a lot of water, and just so I can put the fluids back in my body. Whatever they gave me, I feel like I already used the bathroom, and it's gone. So I'm still trying to keep it, you know. I got my stuff in here. I had got me a slushie earlier, and I pulled my electrolytes in here, so that's what I'm drinking on still. But I decided also to keep my band on, because I was finna take my band off and I couldn't take it off. And I remember the guy that was sitting there next to me, my mom friend, he was like, you got to use a scissors. So when I got up this morning, first thing on my mind was to cut my band off. I said, you know what, Nikita, leave that band on, because you know how you do. Whenever you have to take your medication and you start thinking you feeling good, you're going to stop. And you're going to stop, and then you're going to go back to your old habits. But I said, let this band be a reminder that you need to get yourself back together. And it's not going to take no 2 days, or it's not going to take no 3 days or a week or whatever. You need to get yourself back together and let this be a reminder until you're able to cut it off. When I cut it off, I think when I cut this off, hopefully by the end of this week, when I got to go to work in Marietta, I'm going to cut this band off. Because for one, I don't want to look like no COVID patient. I already had it going through last time when I went to work, and he thought I was sick and all that. So I'm gonna cut my band off before the weekend. So that's when I'm giving myself to be able to keep food down and build up my fluids and all of that. So I'm kind of just trying to stay consistent, and that's what I'm being consistent with right now is my fluids and drinking water and all of that, because you know how we can get sidetracked. So, I want to motivate y'all. If y'all in a situation where I'm in, like, don't give up hope. You still can recover from this. I'm currently recovering from it. And everybody around me that know what happened, they still call me, check up on me and stuff like that. But I have to do it for myself too. So, that's why I wanted to get on and record and let y'all hear out my mouth live what happened to me. Even though it's been all day, 2 parts to it, or 3 parts from me in the morning time to me now, and it's about to get dark. But I just wanted to let y'all hear it from me and not from nobody else, or not just assuming, because it looked like Nikita lost weight last time we saw her 12 days ago. Like, I wanted y'all to see what I've been going through and hear what I've been going through. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog, because I'm about to sit out here and talk with my friend or whatever and just chill for a little bit before it get too late. But y'all make sure y'all tap that like button and hit that thumbs up. If y'all haven't subscribed to my channel, y'all subscribe to my channel. And if y'all have any feedback on what I can do about my situation, currently, that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about what I should have did in the past, because the past is past. I already feel whatever about that. So I don't want to. She said, read my message. I'm happy you're okay. As long as you're okay, we're okay. We family for life, and I love you, baby girl, for eternity. Keep strive for better. Yeah, I appreciate that, sis. But yeah, I'm reading. You said what you were trying to explain. Maybe you were having a mental breakdown. I don't know what I was having, child. I don't know. I never had a mental breakdown a day in my freaking life. But because I'm like I'm the most honest person that you can ever meet, and I became that person when I turned 30. When I hit my 30s, I said I'm gonna be honest, whether they like it or not. So I'm focused on my peace too. So that's how I know a lot of what was going on, that wasn't me, because I wouldn't let it get me to that extreme, because I already mentally prepared myself for this moment. You know what I'm saying? For moments like, don't let nothing stress you out. Just, if you can't change nothing that you can't control, things like that. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It was just, I feel like the devil had a hold of me. He was making sure nobody was around to help me. I had to do it by myself. He was making sure that them doctors wasn't able to help me. He was making sure that I was just put in a position where I had to try to get out of it on my own. And if I didn't get out on my own, it's like, whatever happened. I don't want to think nothing negative, but it just was like, I was just fighting by myself, even with people around me, even with Siobhan being on the phone with me all the time. I still was fighting by myself. So I don't know. It was a lot, and mentally a lot. So I'm trying to keep that positive mindset, and that I'm trying to, even with me talking to y'all now, it's hard to talk about it, but I still got a positive mindset, even with me trying to eat and I can't keep it down and stuff like that. I still got a positive mindset. I do believe that I'm still doing better than I was yesterday. and the day before, you know. So today it was a good day. I was able to eat something different and held it as long as I could. I probably go to the bathroom right now, but it's okay because I ate and I wasn't able to eat at first. So, you know, I appreciate the little things. We got to just take baby steps, and that's how I see it. So yeah, like I said, y'all just tap in with me if y'all have any inputs or idea, feedback on what I said today. Any knowledge on anything that I should, you know, try to do, or vitamins, something that I can take, because I don't take vitamins. I know I go get one a day. The lady told me to start taking one a day vitamins, things like that, but that's all I know. So yeah, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and I'm finna log out. All right.